got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, feel that. Raise your hands up, raise them up.
All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Forex Trading Asia Daily Currency Call. This is episode 349. It's the 5th August, 11 a.m. GMT plus 8 here in Singapore. All right, so this is the currency call where you will get market economic updates, key support resistance levels, trade ideas, and more. This currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and short-term traders. We'll be going through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and also highlighting potential targets and risk. So a disclaimer here, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speakers. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. All right, so yesterday we had Kim Hong to do the currency analysis on RBA and BOE. So if you guys want to find out more about it, just check out yesterday's video. Right now, we will jump straight into the charts with Scott Andrews here from the Forex Briefcase Australia. We will start things off with the charts on the dollar index. All right, Scott.
All right. Hi, everyone, and happy Thursday. So dollar index is quite interesting. What we saw was some more volatility than we have seen recently with a news event. What we did see was quite an interesting situation. So just going through the news currently, and so yesterday, Wednesday evening, we saw the big thing that did happen firstly was 8:15 GMT plus 8 yesterday evening was the ADP non-farm employment change. Now that came in at 330,000 with the expectation of 695, and that saw the US dollar move a little bit lower. And frankly, that's a high impact news event, although we saw some interesting comments from FOMC member Clarida, and that was at 10 o'clock, and that coincided with this move here. Plus at 10 o'clock as well, we had the ISM non-manufacturing PMIs, and that actually came to beat at 64.1, which is an all-time high. So anything over 50 is considered quite high on the PMI. So that had a 60.5 forecast. So that's, nearly a 4% beat. And so what we're seeing is that catapulted the index through that 92 low level, and where we currently are, we're ready to sort of get pushed a little bit higher because we've broken through that resistance. What I'm watching for tonight is at 8:30 GMT plus 8, we've got the initial jobless claims. Now, the thing with the job situation in the US as well is that we're still seeing some hesitancy to return back to work. We have the Delta variant, which again has been, seen as a more virulent version of the COVID-19 virus, and that it spreads easier. There's still also hesitancy to take vaccines as well in the US, it looks like, and it's just causing some bottlenecks with that really rampant demand as well. And then you've got people not really returning back to work as fast as anticipated. So we've got the lead up, obviously, to NFP on tomorrow night. But really, it's hard to sort of go and say, let's short the US dollar right now. I would say that a conservative thing would be to say, wait for today's daily close of the candle. But, buying opportunities into pullbacks is what I'm sort of looking for. Even if we get back down to, this support level here at 92.06, and then we come back down, maybe 92.10 as an entry on the Friday in the lead up to what we'll see on Friday night is a lot of jobs information coming out with the unemployment rate, participation rate. And so that would be a bullish sentiment on the US dollar for that type of trade idea. But that's what I'm looking at currently, guys, for the US dollar.
Okay, thank you, Scott, for the dollar index. All right, so we'll jump straight into the currency in focus today, which is Thursday is yen and gold. And I'm going to get Daniel here, Daniel, trading coach at LCMS Traders. Daniel.
Okay, I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, now let's quickly look at the calendar. Today is yen focus. What kind of news do we have here? We have some bonds buying purchases coming in the morning, but that usually isn't make a big moves coming in. I'm looking around. I've been looking since this week preparation. Not much news. I mean, this cash earnings, household spending doesn't really. I don't really see big moves regarding with this news for the yen pairs coming in. So yeah, so not really this week to all the way to Friday. Not many major news impacting the US. The yen. But of course, we do know that if you are going to, we are going to talk about pound yen as well. So do take note. Again, remember today at 7 p.m. there is the Bank of England monetary policy statements where they talk about inflation and their interest rate, central banks discussion. And on Friday, Scott was saying that today we have the FOMC. From the FOMC news coming in, now we have Friday, the non-farm payroll will be coming in on today. So it is going to be quite interesting on Thursday and Friday coming for this week. Now, before we even talk about it, let's look at next week. When we talk about yen right now, probably see next week. Any news coming in here? Not really much. Again, it's going to be a lot more news regarding risk on and risk off situations for yen. So you can see I'm scrolling all the whole week for next week. No real news coming for yen pair. So and you are seeing right now. Let me share the chart here. For the whole week itself, you're going to see that it actually has been a risk off situation coming in where people are changing up. There'll be sudden moves coming in for the week. You can see a lot of big candles here. So you can see US yen, it seems to be, or usually is about the US market, just be there. There's usually a big moves, about 30 to 40 pips of movements. Of course, yesterday we had news coming from ADP, non-farm payroll as well from there. That's what causing some moves and ISM manufacturing. So what I'm going to look at for this week, when we look at is we do know on Friday, non-farm payroll is coming in. It's going to be a big news, but good thing yesterday was that ADP non-farm payroll wasn't that great. It may drop from a forecast of 800 to a 330k, right? So but just bear in mind that I would like to highlight that ADP non-farm payroll usually has not very strong correlation with the government issued non-farm NFP. Okay, the non-farm payroll which is issued on Friday. So just watch out for that. Okay, the good thing we saw that on the US, last night, ISMS non-manufacturing, which is usually the service sector, PMI, actually looking good. I mean, there's improvements, which actually Scott mentioned just now, and that's what caused the strengthening of the US yen, the US dollar strengthening up. So what I'll be looking at right now is coming towards FOMC. There is actually talk, there is, although you can see. Let me go back to the charts here. So apologies. Let me go back to the charts here, and let me show you. Right now, there's forecast on a Friday. Okay, on a Friday, non-farm payroll, they are focusing on slightly better, 870k to 850k. I don't think it's going to be impacted for the COVID-19 and overall, but of course, with the opening of the US market, there should be some improvements as well. In fact, I was even reading an analyst, and they're saying that they're looking at 1 million, which is I think is really a bit doubtful. But perhaps with the opening of the market from the private sector, and also a lot of jobs that's going to be created from the government sector, what I'll be looking at is possibly a strengthening of the US dollar. Okay, strengthening of the US dollar. So coming in back to the chart, most likely from now to a Friday, I think there were possibility of a move upwards direction towards my resistance level at about 110.8 zone area. You can see it as we rejected here before, coming up here before for this to all the way to Friday. And then for the next week, if it's going to continue good move, then you call it possibly breaking out of the resistance zone. If you see zoom out, you can see it's right now that will probably be unlikely, because if a breakout and it doesn't move far, because it's quite a strong resistance here, even if it never been broke since March this year. Okay, so what I'll be looking at is, my suggestion is you'll be going to move upwards in these directions, maybe even on Friday continue up, and then maybe about Monday or Tuesday is still holding that area here. So my suggestions right now is, if it breaks, waiting for NFP. Most important, this will be a Friday trade. So I think it'll slowly move up, and if it breaks above, okay, looking at here, break above 110. Okay, if it does break above 110, it's a round number, real nice here. It's like some intermediate resistance, some rejections area here. Let me shift this here. After on Friday, NFP shift up. It probably move up for US yen pairs. So I think FNFP, I think there's other currency pairs to be moving on. Maybe we talk about it tomorrow. Okay, so I think we break up. So if it breaks above 110 on a Friday in the NFP, you can see going for a 40 pip take profit target, and then I'm going to go for a very tight 20 to 25 pips of stop loss, moving upwards in directions coming in for NFP. Then if you look at the yen pairs, so like euro yen has been on a real nice ranging market. I've been mentioning here, it doesn't really, maybe let's move down a little bit here just to take account. Okay, about 129.13, be supported at this area and continue move up. Nice ranging market coming down. So what I'll be right now looking forward is that with the euro, we have recent euro not really that great in terms of PMI data. I mean, it's still expansionary, but the not so good forecast, and also the recovery is not that great still. Most likely, I think it's continue to range across. Okay, for the euro yen. So bear in mind, most likely in these zones here, in fact, you can look at the zone about 130.19 as support zone, as resistance zone here, and probably bouncing off around 129.00. Let's do a round number so everybody can remember. Okay, 129.00 here, and also 130.2. It will be most likely ranging around this area, continuous all the way to next week, with no real news impacting in for the euro or the yen pairs. Now, that's what I was talking about, the pound yen. Now, in my group coaching session on Monday, we were talking about it. On Monday, it says it most likely come down, okay, towards the support of 151.37 before a possible move up for Thursdays, slow moving upwards because they anticipate a possible, they're hoping, looking at it, sentiments is that perhaps, something might happen from that, because inflation was doing very well. The opening economic data shows really very good, could put pressure on Bank of England to actually start the tapering, or do something about the stimulus package that they've done right now. But however, there is possibility that nothing will be done. It will be status quo. Moving forward, it could be status quo. But if there is a surprise coming in, as I said, that based on the voting, perhaps there's no change of interest rates, maybe no change of tapering. But if there are based on the voting, rather than more than one person's vote for, say, go to say, hey, I think it's time to start to do the tapering, or start to reduce the QE, start to stop the QE or stuff, that this kind of sentiment, which shows that they are looking in terms of a very strong market recovery for the pound, for the UK moving in. So if I were to look at latest data here coming in, most likely, euro yen do not, okay, it will probably be very strongly resisted at the resistance level at 153.47. But bear in mind, today at 7 p.m. GMT +8, there is the Bank of England monetary policy statement. So I would suggest you to trade only after the 7 p.m. But with this case, I think it'll slowly move upwards towards the resistance level. And if nothing is happening, that means they're not going to change anything, all status quo with the euphoria that they think they may have, they'll be forced to do nothing, then it will start to move down. Okay, I don't think it'll move down all the way towards the resistance support level. It probably move here. So I'll say let it wait, let it rise up. If again the news is bad, maybe it goes all the way up and breaks below 152.90. Okay, I think it's going to be a 152.990. Breaks down, you could look for a possible sell trade with no actions from Bank of England. You could look for a very nice stop loss of 30 pips for a take profit almost quite close to about 80 to 90 pips, almost 1:3 risk for ratio. So it's really very nice. So watch out for that as well. But of course, you know, if they're going to do something, even for pound yen, I think it's going to be resisted in this zone at 153.57. Then, you know, perhaps I only wait for it to break above that before I take a trade. But I think that's a less chance to be happening. So I think I'll leave you with this very nice trade idea that that is most likely will happen. Okay. Then now today is gold. We'll talk about gold as well. So let's go and look at gold. Gold has been really very big in movements recently. You know, if you look at this one here, just last week we were talking about it moving upwards, hitting, you know, and hit with probably resistance. It did that. And now today, you know, just yesterday, you know, we're all expecting to move across until NFP coming in on Friday, where the big real US moves comes in. But unfortunately, yesterday was a really bad ADP non-farm payroll in. So what will happen? It really shoots all the way up really very fast, and later part with the ISMS manufacturing, non-manufacturing PMI come in, showing that, hey, you know, the service sector is actually looking at improvements. There's opening and there's improvements in forecast in the US economy. So the US dollar again strengthened and comes all the way back down. So real big movements yesterday from there, you know. So looking at it, I think right now this is a reactions to the news. I won't be looking to a big sell trade right now because of NFP data. If you know, we're going to watch out for that. So today, all the way to Friday, watch out, be careful because it's going to move across. Then on Friday, you know, to Friday. So let me move this here. Let's move here. Sorry, let's do this. It's going to move across. Okay, and then we're going to watch out for NFP. Now, if the NFP data shows surprise, right? Shows surprise that it is going to be the jobs is created, like what some analysts think that forecast 1 million jobs, then yes, it could possibly move downwards direction. But with this, I don't think it'll move a lot because you can see that's why I want to use this here. You can see it's really very nicely support reaction zones at 180.6, right? Because lots of uncertainty has been seen around the market. So don't think it will push the way down. But most likely happen is that it's going to match or not exactly meeting the NFP number, right? So with that forecast number, so most likely it will move upwards in directions. Okay, so I will say that if it does not meet expectations, then, you know, perhaps, you know, just above 1815.5, then you could look for a buy trade, you know, a possible buy trade and moving upwards towards the quite close to this intermediate resistance level. So with this, you know, you probably could be looking for a possible 50 pips stop loss for almost 120 to 130 pips of take profit target. Now, if you have a good news coming in for NFP here, most likely I think it will move downwards, but you can see I'm really not so optimistic with very strong rejections, even just slightly above 186.06. So I won't, but if it's a good news, I will be looking for gold pair goals to be trading. I think there are other pairs to be looking at, so perhaps we will talk about it tomorrow as well. So yeah, that's all for the yen and gold.
All right, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, maybe just to follow up on yesterday's Traders Club live trading session, do you have any trade ideas here that you may want to share with the audience today?
Okay, yeah, great. So yes, exactly. So yesterday we had a live trading sessions. I mean, we were waiting to trade the US news. You know, there's ADP non-farm. We started from 9 p.m. GMT plus 8 all the way to about 10:15 GMT plus 8 p.m. Of course, the news was over for ADP non-farm payroll there. And then we reacted to the news, and we were waiting for quite interesting news coming in for the ISM manufacturing non-manufacturing PMI. So it was more or less trading the news. So let me share maybe I'll just share a little bit of what happened during that session. We were looking at a lot of news coming in, and you notice that actually I look at on the trading right now at that point in time. So we went to the shorter time frame. We can do planning here, and we were looking at it. Hey, you know, we were looking at almost like consolidation, really very nice at resistance level for Aussie USD coming in. So I maybe look at the 50-minute chart. It will be much better. And this is what we were seeing at that point in time. So we were looking at it. Hey, okay. So previous news was that we saw ADP non-farm payroll was looking at quite bad. Could it be that for that means that the ISMS non-manufacturing PMI was not going to show a good result because it didn't forecast a good economic forecast for the country, for the company as well. So we're saying that, okay, let's prepare. If it breaks above 0.7430, we could possibly be taking a trade upwards, and or if they say no, it actually got form a good data, we could be waiting to trade at below 0.740, and was literally a plan that we look for, and it did that. So it was really a surprise. It moved fast and furious actually, because with a really good 64 PMI number compared to a 60 forecast. It was moves that you can see. That's why it's a big move. Even on the 15-minute chart, it straight away moved down, but you can see that it actually moved as per plan, moving downwards here. If you know the indicators and how LCMS traders work, if you do take a trade and by the time we were out, but if you took a trade, it goes back outside this Bollinger Band here, goes back in, you could be exiting the trade at the point in time. Although you don't have to wait to take profit. We were even looking at this kind of target, like almost 20 pips of stop loss, and coming down with a really nice 40 pips of take profit target. But at that point in time, scalping with not news that's happening here, we could exit out really nice with a profit coming in. And the other one, we were looking at Aussie USD as well. We were looking at Euro USD. Euro USD, similar plan. We were looking at this, and because of the ADP non-farm, it hits up, but it rejected. At that point in time, we were planning, it rejected. We were thinking that, okay, rejected here. Most likely, again, if the ISM non-manufacturing PMI was showing a bad number, it is about time break above 1.19. We could look for a buy trade coming in, and it didn't happen. So it starts to break down, and it shoots all the way down. So I left with everyone a trade idea for the evening, similar to Aussie USD, is that if it breaks below 1.18, as coming out of my resistance support zone here, we could probably move down. Now it did move a little bit downwards. It moved down, but looking at this trade right now, it seems to be a really nice maybe extra tip here, a really nice falling wedge pattern happening here. So I think probably we could be pulled down further out. So this trade is still ongoing, and it's a trade idea that we've been looking for, and a possible trade idea to be continuing in. So yeah, so this is something really very nice trades that we've been doing for live trading on the spot, and a lot of questions asked as well on the news, and what should we expect on, and how to trade ideas. And usually by the end of the evening, we trade together. There's a chance we trade together. If not, usually I'll also look at the analysis for the rest of the week, and you can give lots of trade ideas coming in. So now, for those who are already in the club member, and many of you are, so do continue to join us. Yesterday, we have almost 28 people coming in. I can see lots of more people keep coming and joining. So really very nice. So coming in, so what you should do here, if you are not already a member, so do join us. This club membership is and access to this platform is worth thousands, but it's really nice right now to join this club membership here. It's not only where we do live trading sessions or Monday group coaching sessions, we also have many features here. Members liking it. We have also the Forex signals coming in, live webinars, lots of trade ideas. Also in every market watch, we look at the market for you, and lots of the big Forex community coming in, looking together. And if there's movements, notifying each other, or any questions asked, you can ask here as well. So remember to join here. All you have to go down here, click at $49 a month now and facilitate up. Now, really, this is without a doubt the least you want to do to make sure you achieve your best in trading. So this price can change anytime. So please fill up, sign up, submit here, and I'll see you in the club.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Yeah, I've pasted the links in the chat too. So just click on the link and find out more. Okay, and just a quick disclaimer again, any information shared in this session is not a trade recommendation, opinion and views of the speakers. So do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. And yeah, we have come to the end of the session. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the Canadian dollar and cryptocurrencies. Goodbye.